Within this video, I'd like to review the process of doing Ecatalog Price Control. Let's first go look at the specific item and then show you how the prices are updated. So let's, for instance, let's go into IC inventory file. We're going to look up an item, 4395158. It is a current product that is priced at $13.99. In the lookup by, we will see that we have right now 3 different vendors. The primary vendor right now is Emery Jensen. This particular store would like to key off their pricing based on Emery Jensen pricing. So in this utility, it is not necessary that the Emery Jensen needs to be in a primary position. We'll see that a little bit later on here in this process. But what we'd like to do, whether this is a primary position at PVPN or SVPN for Emery Jensen, we would like to adopt the Emery Jensen price. So in this particular case, we have $12.99. And again, the current price is $13. So the goal is to change this price to $12.99, which is the Emery Jensen price. And we're going to do this in a filtered fashion just to consolidate this process. We're going to only look at the class F, aka department and code of F59. It's some 300 items. So where we start this process and is under IC maintenance. A precursor to this is that we have a valid catalog of current prices. So let's go look at options, IOR, and Emery Jensen. In the communications, it pulls updated pricing right here as pricing maintenance. So how do I get the current price for the product from Emery Jensen? Is run this process. At the current moment, as of this recording in late 2024, it is a manual process. To come is an automated process. Each evening it updates the prices. But at the second, you go start this and it updates the prices in the catalog. This next section, that does not change the item's retail price in your inventory. This next section under IC maintenance, Ecatalog Price Control, put my valid IDs in. This process updates your inventory to that of what the catalog says, based on some assumptions that you want to make. We're going to go to New, and we're going to put in this particular case, Emery. And this would be true with whatever catalog you have. So it's just not confined to Emery doing this. You could have picked your Toro dealer with a Toro catalog, your True Value, your Do It Best, your Orgo, your House Hassett, etc. So in this case, we're choosing Emery. We're going to select Accept. And we're going to filter, just for the sake of condensing this, we're going to filter this down, and I'm typing in the F to get that list, or I can pick it off the list. I'm going to go down as I'm doing here. I want that 59. So I'm going to get F59, and I'm going to go back to the beginning of the year. So it's going to look at any price change because the record inside the catalog has a date of the price change. So if you've missed one of those dates, you just push your date back further so you make sure you pick up any price change. So we are going to include primary and secondary positions wherever Emery Jensen is mentioned, whether it's for this product in the primary or secondary. It's going to pick that item up and say, we're going to change to the Emery Jensen retail price. If you did not want to include the secondary, you would just simply uncheck. The assumption is then only the primary positions, those items with that PVPN associated, would get their retail prices changed to that of Emery Jensen. So we'll continue on with the check mark. We're going to select Continue. In the top right, it'll determine a filter of the F class, F59, and here they are. So I'm going to go back to, and I'm just going to scroll down through this list down below, and then I'll explain the screen above, this portion of the screen. So this is 59. Oh, excuse me, going the wrong direction. Right here. So this is the price we saw in inventory. If you select the item button right here, you will come up to that same screen we just saw in the previous portion of this video, the $13.99. So we can make access all the way to the item screen through this button right here. That you may not always need to do that, but you can get there if you need to. So here is the new retail price coming out of the catalog of Emery Jensen, because that's what's up at the top up here. We want to only though look at, before I go there, there's 180 items that are within the F59. 180 is whether this is a cost change, that's why it's on this list, or there's a retail presence. So let's filter down to only this catalog retail differences, this button right here that now the check mark is in. Now we're down to 130. We could only look at retail price changes that are higher, as here's a higher retail than the catalog of the $6.99 versus the $4.99. I could filter even further. I only want to see higher prices. So it's now down to 43. I can go to lower prices. Now it's down to 80. It's back up to 89. If I want to affect both high and low, I would simply choose all. So in the case of this particular instance where I want to update whether the price of Emery Jensen is higher or lower, does not matter. I want to select all. So the next thing I'm going to do is choose all prices. As I select all prices, you'll see this portion of the screen change. I'm going to change both MSRP and retail. And it talks about margins. Yes, we're making some drastic changes here, so we're going to select yes. And so now we see, for instance, on this particular product right here, $6.99 is the current retail, is the current catalog retail, left-hand price. The inventory is $4.99. So this record right here in blue will have a new retail of $6.99, as we indicated, for both MSRP, the manufacturer suggested price, which is this price, MSRP. This is your selling price. That's the retail price that you mark it down to. This MSRP can be included on the sticker so that the customer realizes a discount. If the retail is higher than the MSRP, the label technology will change the MSRP to that of the retail. So you won't be selling products for a price that is higher than MSRP, because we're just artificially shoving the MSRP higher. So let's go back to the topic. So with new MSRP and new retail selected and labels as one, I could go to the next step. Since I have this list for 132 items, I would go to print labels, and it talks about a margin below problem pricing. So you need to go look at margins. And you would say yes here, it's okay. And then I would print on-hand labels and print only those with on-hand or on order. And we would then choose what label printer we wanted to go to. We would choose under setup the destination, like that. and we said print. In this particular case, I'm not going there, but print would then actually have that printer run labels. Once labels are printed, they will come back with a, do you want to zero the quantities of labels to be printed? So that's over to the right here, the LBLS column ones, it would zero those values. That's fine. We'll say yes. So you'll see them change to 0. The next important part is that I have now labels. I can put them up. The next part is set the new price. The price is not changed until you select set new prices. So upon selecting set new prices, yes, I do want to do this. Okay, and ask about the margins. We'll get to that later. Update based on new MSRP and retail prices. Yes, this is what I want to do. I want to change this product to $6.99. Yes. I'm going to proceed. Just making sure that's what the store wants to do. And yes, I know there's some fairly good size changes here. Yes. And we're acknowledging yet again. And now that then changes the price. If we go out of here, and we can save this as a group of items, so we can say price changes and give it a date. And so you can always go reopen this file if you got tasked with doing something else, had to come back in, you would go open that file. So let's go, and we've already saved it, so let's go to inventory. Let's go back to this SKU of 4395158. We will see it's at $12.99. There's the price. We'll see under lookup by, just to make sure where's that coming from. There's the $12.99. And we should also see under reports price changes right here. And that's a good date range. There's the price change. 13 was the beginning. $12.99 is the ending. So that gives a quick rundown. The important part here is to remember to set the price. After the labels are printed, setting the price actually changes the values. Thank you.